Welcome to Nerdarchy, for nerds, by nerds. Today we are going to be playing Maximum Apocalypse RPG. It's a live play, so I'm really excited about this. I'm getting together with a bunch of people that I've played a little bit with, at the very least. So whenever we can assemble for some gaming, it's great. So this is a brand new RPG that is on Kickstarter right now, as well as the quick start rules. You can download them for free over on RPG Drive Through. We've got links in the descriptions. We've got Casey with us tonight, Eugenio. Our GM is Scott. Nerdarchist Ted, you probably know who that guy is. I don't think I introduced myself. Nerdarchist Dave and DeadAussieGamer in the house. With that, I'm going to turn it over to the Game Master, and we're just going to play some RPG.
Cool. Thanks. Well, welcome everybody. This is Maximum Apocalypse, as you said. You guys are all ready to try to survive?
That's the plan.
Sure.
Heck yeah.
Cool. Well, this particular adventure is one that I wrote specifically for this. So if anyone has followed Maximum Apocalypse from the beginning or has watched anything on my channel, you might be like, oh, he's going to play something that we've all seen before. Nope. It is special. So cool. Everyone got your character sheets ready? Your dice ready? Maybe your scratch papers ready? Who knows? I don't know what you'll need.
All the things are ready.
Cool. All right. Well, you guys have your characters and you know what your names are and stuff. So you think. You are all together, but you're waking up in a room. So let me explain it a little bit better because I'm doing a really bad job. So I'll do it right now. You find yourself slowly gaining consciousness, surrounded by darkness, detached at first, but as time passes, you become more and more connected to your body, your breathing, and the small aches of your muscles. The sounds around you are muffled at first, but then become clearer and clearer until sounds feel closer than outside of a numbing mist. A moment later, your eyes flutter open, and your retinas are flooded with a powerful light that quickly dims. As soon as you realize that your retinas have adjusted to the world comes into focus. You're in a featureless white room and your body seems foreign. Slowly you begin to have vague memories. You vaguely remember rushing through a city as if being chased. You remember a ball of light followed by a numbing pain. And you can't remember anything else. Not your name, not your age, or where you come from. You just remember running and numbness. Testing your hands, you realize that they respond. This body is definitely yours. And as soon as you have this thought, all of the numbness fades. Turning your head to look around the room, you realize that you are not alone. There are others around you who seem to be just as confused as you are. Making sure that you are you one more time, you sit upright and look to your companions. And that's how we open this adventure.
So we don't know who we are.
You do not.
Okay. I'm looking around, and I look down at my weathered and kind of wrinkly hands, in the coveralls that I'm wearing that are kind of stained with grease or some kind of dirt, and my mouth feels a little weird, and I look down and I see a set of teeth and I pick them up and kind of fondle them in my hand and put them in my mouth because they're missing, and I look around. What do I see?
You see. Oh, sorry. You see these people. Sorry. Go ahead. You guys introduce yourselves.
Next to of course this elderly man, you can see this rather well-built, stocky-looking Australian bloke, tan skin, and definitely works out. And he looks the old man next to him from his chair, and he says, "Mate, you just gonna pick that up off the floor and put it in your mouth?"
What else am I gonna do, son? I'm so old. When you get to be my age, oh wait a minute, yeah. He's looking at my liver spots, and my lack of hair or very thinning hair. How old am I? I just feel really old. What were we talking about?
Not so much about age, but do any of you remember who you are?
No. Where the hell are we?
Hey, watch your mouth, son. You don't look old enough to talk like that.
No, that felt weird.
he
I don't
though?
think I generally do.
All right, look, I don't know what exactly is happening here, but does anyone have their car keys?
Look in my pockets real quick, because oh my god, if I can drive a car.
I'll pat myself down and see if there's anything on my person.
Yeah, you find that you don't have like anything aside from your clothes. You're not wearing any kind of. You're just wearing thin clothing, or the clothing that you're wearing. But you find that inside one of your pockets, you have a couple of random bits of junk. Anyone else who does that also discovers that they have 4 component pieces worth of random junk in their pockets.
I don't think these are car keys, right? And I hold them up.
Very much no.
Oh!
Might be useful. Might as well hold on to that and see how that might come up in the future.
Well,
Can
what
I-
did
Are
that?
we bound?
Can I look past the others and see, like, what kind of room we're in? Is there
Yeah.
a door?
Yeah, so the room is a featureless white room. The walls are just smooth. There doesn't seem to be any kind of like ventilation or like recess to anything. But there is a strange, like, there's not an ambient light. There is light in the room, but it seems to just be like the walls themselves are emanating the light. They're just so white that you can see things in the room.
Can I tell what kind of material the wall is?
Oh, you can certainly go touch it and try to figure that out if you'd like.
Would you like me to just touch it, or do I have to roll?
Yeah, no. So if you touch the wall, it's like a cold, sort of slick ivory feel. And you also notice that there is actually a seam in one part of the wall. You can tell because there's a little bit of airflow, like a little bit of dust coming through, but it's not really like visible until you sort of get real close to it. And you can see that there's a seam there. One second. Never mind. Yeah. I have your character sheets, so you know what'll happen. Certain things happen.
Right. Well, I'm gonna just start, feeling along the wall, seeing if I can find something that's a door.
Yeah. So you go ahead and well, actually, you wouldn't have to roll anything. Oh no, you will have to roll. So go ahead and roll Xenotech use for me.
Uh-oh.
That's
We're trying to get under a 55 in your case.
yeah. That is a 53.
Okay, cool. So as you're running your hand along the wall, you start to have this like sudden realization that this is some kind of alien construction. This is definitely part of their technology, and the seam is obviously a door. That's something that you're aware of. That also leads you back to your memory of the bolt of lightning. You have the realization that is their stunning bolts that they use to knock people out and sort of like gather them.
So as this realization comes over him, there's almost a violent shudder, almost as if he, re-envisions this lightning bolt striking him, and he just it doesn't come out with the same shock as the body goes through, but he's like, aliens.
What?
I will go over next to Ted's character and also like begin like examining the seam as well. And when I pulled out those components in my hands and saw other people pulling them out, I started getting ideas of what I could do with them. And then I'm kind of like, oh, how did I know that? And I will assist him in looking for a way out of here. Are there any panels or anything to access in the wall?
No, there are no panels. There's no furnishings. There's no closets or shelves. There's no ductwork. It's very strange. Aside from the seam, that's the only thing different about anything in this room. The seam and you.
Since there's sort of a vague familiarity in my head, do I know anything sort of almost instinctually about this kind of technology, being just trained in xenotech use?
Yeah, I mean, not only I think are you trained, but you. Let me see. Nope. Yeah. So you like with Ted's character. This starts to have a familiarity to you that you know that there's probably something going on. Like the door probably has a control on the outside rather than on the inside, because people would just open the door if there was a control on the inside.
Worst cell ever.
But it's just yeah, it's just a door though. So it's like as with any other door, there are things like hinges and stuff, so it can be opened, with the right kind of maneuvering and finagling.
The chairs that we were sitting in, are they bolted to the ground at all?
There actually weren't any chairs. You were sitting on the ground.
Oh, okay. Well, looking at the assortment of bits and bobs that I and other people had as well, would it be possible at all to fashion a makeshift crowbar?
Absolutely. That would simply just be a crafting skill roll.
I look almost perplexed and confused. I have a paper clip. I've got a thing here, and just I'm not great at crafting, but
What are you trying to do
any
over
of you
there?
blokes good at making a pry bar?
I might be able to help you with that, yeah. And I also start emptying my pockets to see maybe there's a Leatherman tool in there or something that we can kind of fashion.
No, there's no tools. You can just kind of fashion. So
Yeah.
there's no restriction to that. You can try to put it together, clicking this to that. Maybe one of the pieces you use to wrap another thing. The component pieces are undescribed pieces of bits, so you can sort of fit them together as you need. You just need to make a successful crafting skill roll.
Okay, I'm actually specialized in that, so I will.
Yeah.
Woohoo.
I will
Well,
start
I'm-
doing stuff.
Well, I'm pretty crafty myself, there, old man. Willing to give you a hand if you like.
Alrighty then.
That just adds 10 to his roll, or do I have to roll something first?
You would have to roll something first. You'd have to
Right.
roll your crafting.
So it's plus 10 per degree of success I get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you get a bunch of, you could just like jump his number up super high.
All right, so I barely succeed, 49.
Okay.
So
I'm not gonna need it.
okay.
Oh,
I have a.
Okay.
I have the top success, whatever that. I forget the terminology.
Amazing
Amazing.
success.
Yes.
You had 3 degrees of success. You didn't roll a 0, 0, 1 though, right?
No, I rolled a 0.6.
Okay, that's still really good. That's an amazing success. And it's just even more amazing because of Ted's assistance there.
Here, we can use this to pry open the door. I even built a flashlight attachment.
Yeah, so you guys have a crowbar. It takes up 5 component pieces. So just however you want to assort that with your component pieces and work it
I
out.
say we all throw in one. Does that work?
sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right, cool. So you all throw in 1 component piece each, and you have made a crowbar. Crowbar will grant you advantage to a prying skill roll, which is based on your strength as the threshold.
Well,
All right. Now, this individual is quite beefy and rather well built. In fact, I actually do have specifically a giant genetics. So I'll take the crowbar, not forcefully, just sort of take it across, and go to where they were feeling around with the seam and try to basically jam it into the seam as best I can, and then wrench this thing loose, or at least open a bit.
Okay.
You want some help there?
Yeah, mate, come on.
FYI, just to understand the size that you're talking about, literally the closest person, you are twice the size of the closest other sized character to you. So,
Good
Yeah.
Lord.
So that is 2 degrees of success. So that-
okay, so you're gonna add 20 to his prying. So you're gonna add 20 to your strength for this pry roll to try to get this door open.
Nice. Okay, so do I have advantage on this because I've got the pry bar?
Yes, yeah. Sorry, the crowbar also gives you advantage. Yeah. So
Okay.
you have advantage, and I think you have to get under what is it, an 80 now?
So basically, if you fail this,
Could
Alright.
happen.
I
I'm
don't.
gonna make
I don't think
fun of
this door is gonna stand a chance against that Australian Sasquatch.
Okay, so that is
I had a nickel.
let's see, that is a amazing success.
Ooh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, you with the amazing success, the door just sort of there's a click, and then another click, and then all of a sudden it just goes, and it just breaks almost off as you pop it open. You could tell there was some resistance from some mechanism somewhere, but it's gone now. You totally smashed that one trying to crack it open.
I'll sort of peer my head around just outside to make sure that there's nothing immediately on the exterior.
Sure. Outside of the room you're in looks to be some kind of office. It's just a bunch of desks and chairs. Everything is covered in dust, and all of the sort of things in the room seem to just kind of be broken and old. It's like little strips of things, some paneling pieces from the ceilings that have fallen down, stuff like that. Electrical wiring just kind of hanging out. But you can also see that there's like stuff in the room. There's like backpacks and like tools and things. They're all set on desks throughout the place. There's a light dust in the air, and it sort of wafts in as you look out the door.
All right, looks clear.
Are there any ways in or out of that room other than the way we came in?
Yes. So if you go into that office space area, you will see that there's like an emergency exit door. It's kind of across diagonally from where you are coming into this room. So leaving your cell, there's like a emergency exit, green sort of emergency exit light on it. It does seem to be on, so you can see it. And then there are windows. There are average everyday windows on the walls.
So looking past the stuff at first, does it appear that this room is built like the other? That it's the white stone, or is this somewhere?
Nope. This looks like the kind of stuff you generally experience in a world where everything is collapsed. It's just a regular building. It's regular flooring. It is not alien in any way, shape, or form.
This is very odd. And I put my hand on the little kid's shoulder and the lady's shoulder as well. Lass, you should let those gorillas go first, just in case there's something out there. My hands kind of shake as I move.
Won't fit through the door.
Go on without me.
and thus ends Jackie's involvement in this event.
So do the packs look the same, or do they look different?
Well, you can't remember what your back looked like, so
No.
entirely sure.
You said that.
Oh yeah, they're similar. They're not exactly the same. They're all just regular backpacks, but they're of different colors and types and brands or whatever. Some are better conditioned than others.
Is anyone out there? Is there anyone out there?
Anyone in the room?
No response from anywhere.
Can I? Looking up at the old guy. Can I just? I just want to have a look.
Yeah, just be careful. Stay near that big guy. That's what I'm gonna do.
I'll step into the room.
Okay.
I am gonna run into that room and start looking through packs, looking for food, maybe candy, mostly just any sort of food. Very hungry.
Right, of course.
Growing boy.
There are as you go through, there's basically 2 candy bars. That's the only thing that's related.
Yes,
food related
sold.
in there.
Nothing else matters.
But as far as everything else, it's inside the packs. You find. I should have had it in front of me, and I closed it, which is really dumb. Okay, so inside the packs, you're going to find things like rope, some glow sticks, and there we go. So inside there's rope, glow sticks, running shoes, and camo tarps. There is also 1 lithium-ion battery amongst all of the packs, 1 set of matches, which are 10, and 1. It's a repair kit. 1 repair kit.
And 2 candy bars.
And 2 candy bars.
Don't forget the candy bars.
That's right.
While they're searching out the area, I just kind of want to keep an eye out in general, like on the space, just to see if I can hear or see anything approaching while they're rummaging around.
Cool. Yeah, we'll come to that in a second.
So one of the packs, is like one of the ye old army green. Whoever I am, I grab that one and just kind of throw it over the shoulder.
Yeah. Also in the room, there are a bunch of little pieces of armor. So you guys can all have, if you gather all that up, you'll have 6 armor pieces each. So that's 30 armor pieces, so 30 armor points worth of armor of random bits of stuff. Now you guys can, all have 6, or you can, give somebody extra or whatever, however you feel about it. But there's 30 total in the whole room.
30 on Jacko.
All 30 on Jacko.
And the rest of us will stay here.
Yeah, and it's not even piecemeal. I'm just wearing like entire suits on each limb. I basically look like a Zord from Power Rangers. Like this.
There you
go. Yes.
There's also a wrench, a 9mm firearm, a hatchet, a machete, and a recurve bow.
Ooh.
When you say wrench, what size wrench?
Oh, I don't know.
Is it like a wrench, or is it
it's like a big wrench. It was going to be a baseball bat, but then you said wrench in the pre-game green room, and I changed it. Now a giant wrench.
Yes,
I'm definitely grabbing the giant wrench.
I'll grab the machete if that's all right, and look at it very calmly and say, "Now this is a nice."
Yeah, had to happen.
I'll grab the 9mm.
Okay.
Is there any ammo in it? Do I feel like I know what I'm doing when I pick this up?
Well, you'll have to search around. You kind of feel like you know what you're doing with it. You definitely have a pretty strong, it sort of fits in your hand. You feel like this might have been made for your hand. That's the feel you get for it.
Cool.
But you'll have to search around to see if you can find any ammunition. There's not any in the weapon itself.
All right, so is that a perception check?
That would be a salvage roll. This would be a salvage special stat roll. This is the special stat that is used for finding things in the post-apocalyptic environment.
Oh, there we go.
I'd love to help you, but this candy bar is real good.
I'm busy marveling at my wrench.
That is a 6, so that is 1 degree.
1 degree. Okay, yeah. You find it's going to be. Hold on, let me roll the. There are 4 rounds of ammunition that you find searching around.
Not nothing.
Yeah.
Well, it's not much, but it will have to do.
Dave, Codger's wrench is an average damage weapon. The DC for that is average. So that'll be 2d4 if you have to do damage with it. The 9mm is a heavy. The hatchet is a heavy. The machete is heavy, and the recurve bow is average.
So what is heavy?
1d6 plus 3. But we have a little bit of a special thing that's about to happen. Jackie is a bigger person. So
height insufficient.
Insufficient?
Well, I mean, if I'm built, I mean, I might
if he needs more.
Okay, so you have a damage code +2 for your size. So your heavy weapon to everyone else in your hands is an extreme weapon. So you do 1d8 plus 7 with that particular thing.
So
And I'm sorry, you said average was 2d4?
Yes, 2d4 is average.
Great. I guess with some chocolate smearing my mouth and half a Kit Kat in one hand, I'll wander over to the bow.
There's also no arrows. The same problem. The same problem that Ted was having.
But maybe let me help you out, kid. Maybe we can find some arrows to go with that there bow. I will try a salvage.
Okay, yeah, go for it.
I'll help you, but it's gonna take me a minute to decide to help you. I'll put the rest of the Kit Kat back. All right.
Perfect. All right. Well, thankfully, I have the advantage because a 94 was not going to cut it, but that turns into a 34.
Ooh. How many degrees of success is that?
That is actually, I'm pretty good at salvage, so that is a great success. It's 2, right?
Okay, 2.
Did you add a 10 from Remy?
It's only a 5 for me for salvage because I'm only my special thing is only for combat. But I did make a 1 degree of success, so it is a +5 to whatever it is. If that makes sense.
I think he rolled with advantage because we were rolling with that earlier rule that we discussed. So
yes.
Oh right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Right.
That's fine, but you find 7 arrows.
Oh well.
You know, you could always take one of them batteries there, stick it on one of these arrows, and make it a shock battery thing with Look, I don't word good.
Cool.
You know what I mean?
Son, I think we could probably make that happen, but kid, don't shoot out your eye.
And another one of them alien things.
That's what my dad always told me. He'll shoot your eye out.
Right as you guys are having this discussion about shooting your eye out and arrows and poking and prodding stuff, and you're finishing strapping the last bits of like armor to your body, you hear smashing glass near the far end of the room, sort of back kind of in the direction that you came. And when you turn to look at it, you see 3 small creatures with long tendrils coming off their body, hovering in the air. Their chitinous bodies are 2 different shades of green, and a small pulsing of the chitin makes you understand that they're breathing. The protrusion on the side of their body causes you to remember what these are. You remember with this quick realization that these 3 things were the things you saw right before the blast of electrical energy. And as you have that memory, 3 balls of electrical energy arc through the air, narrowly missing 3 of you.
They have shock arrows. Like you said.
Stay away! You're not gonna probe me again.
Not making the joke.
All right, so basically this room is full of a bunch of debris. They're over by where you guys came from. And you guys are kind of in the center of the room. Essentially, you could stand your ground or you can move toward the emergency exit, which is behind you. Either way, some combat has begun.
Yeah.
What do you guys want to do before I start declaring combat actions? What are your intentions here? What are you feeling? Stay and fight or run away?
How many of them are there? I'm sorry, 3?
There are 3.
Do we remember how many took us down?
You remember one taking you down.
Oh, damn, no.
Oh, shit, no, bye.
Okay, with that in mind, I think Jackie's intention is to basically secure the door and tell everyone to hike it into the escape exit, being the last person in so that he is the one between these creatures and the rest of the group.
Okay.
I will kind of be along the same lines. Let the, regardless, even if I can't remember my name, I kind of do feel that, that survivor mentality and have gone through some shit. So he's willing to put himself between the bad guys and those around him. So I will go, with the full dodge action while trying to encourage everyone else out.
Gotcha.
I'd like to kind of peek around Jacko and take a few seconds, hopefully in safety, to really look at them and study them and see if, do I notice anything that might seem weak about them or something that perhaps pops in that's oh, that's weird.
Yeah, that's fair. Cool. Well, if you're doing that, go ahead and make an academics skill roll, just based on your intelligence roll.
Ooh.
Figure out what happens there.
I rolled a 94.
It's
And
a very scary moment.
My intelligence is 70, so that is not a success.
That is not a success. Yeah, unfortunately. Yeah, I mean, they're aliens. That's basically what you get. That these are alien creatures. And their weaknesses are not something you're quite aware of right now, or at least it's not coming to you if there was something that you could do to take these guys down faster if you were to deal with that.
I would try and grab the kid by the collar. Come on, boy. Let's get a move on. Don't dally, miss. I don't like the looks of these things at all.
I think there's some kind of alien.
All right. So you guys, if you're going to try to run rather than try to fight them necessarily, those of you that are going to try to run toward the emergency exit door, just you're going to be slowed because of all the debris in the room. So if you make an athletic skill roll, we'll find out how quickly you can cross the room.
Well, my athletics.
If you're not proficient, by the way, just to note, if you don't have a proficiency in it, you have to roll with disadvantage, which would be an additional 10s die, and you would look for the higher number.
And if you are proficient, it's just a normal roll.
It's just
against
normal
your
roll.
stats.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yep.
So my athletics or my strength is a 40, and I rolled a 42. So that's fun.
Yikes.
I think I dropped the Kit Kat and try and go back for it. I think that's what happens here.
Well, I got a 60 strength and I hit a 70, so I also don't quite make it. I think I see Remy going for the Kit Kat, and instinctively I run back to go and sort of
Get the Kit Kat away from me? How dare!
yes.
All right.
It's one of those green tea Kit Kats. You can't have it.
So, trying to play the protector, I also noticed that Remy. I reached down to pick it up for him, totally bonk my head on the fire and go prone because I just got 100.
Oh no! Yeah, you definitely go down. Yeah.
Oh no!
You're slowed even worse than before.
Well, I'm feeling better about dropping the Kit Kat.
Yeah. So, I go to move out as well and get a 52, which I have a 15. My hip.
Never stood a chance.
Why were we running?
I just truly.
I feel like
put the final icing on the cake, but I just watch all of this happen and just freeze in total inaction as everyone just crashes in everything, just like.
The dice are telling a story whether we
a
want to or
52
not.
on a 30, so that was a failure for me too.
I feel like
Everyone failed.
I feel like all of a sudden, in unison, there's like this sense of deja vu of how we got caught in first place. Like,
I remember.
Okay, yeah. So we're gonna start this combat round now because you guys weren't able to just like escape these
Let's
guys.
fight.
Just like we planned.
yeah, that was
Exactly
We
what
just
you guys
wanted
were
to
planning.
show the viewers how you can escape
Yeah.
combat and also what combat's like, and we did it all in one because we're that good.
Right. Well, thanks for giving the effort so that we could
You are
cover this.
so welcome.
So I know, 00 is like extra bad. So what happens to me?
Well, no. So falling down is great. That's actually fine with me because it means you're gonna end up spending like your first set of actions trying to get up and get back into it. So you're gonna be sort of delayed from everybody else. Is what's gonna end up happening.
Great.
Yeah.
That's what I love to hear.
Yeah. So normally the way that a combat works, you have an initiative score. It's a static number on your character sheet. Static number, or like a 12 or an 11 or a 10 or 9. I know these numbers are your guys' numbers because I wrote them down before we started. So the only way to change that number in the game is if you've got a special ability or an item that lets you bump up your initiative score. So like if you had a psychophysiology or something, you could take a point of hunger damage and then get an extra 5 initiative for the combat round. So each action phase went a -5. So we'll start at the beginning. Remy, you are the first one who gets to do things because you're the fastest of this group. So you get to take 2 actions on your turn. And actions are things like you can move, you can attack, you can try to take aim, stuff like that. You're muted, so I'm going to keep talking over you.
I am because my thing was anyway.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but my first action is going to be to pick up the damn Kit Kat.
All right, that's your first action.
And then sort of looking up, from that crouched position with the kid. Oh shit! And I look back at Kadra. Shoot. Oh shoot! And I'll grab the bow and I guess fire at one of these things because I don't know.
Sure, why not? Yeah, that's fine with me. I'll accept it. So you're gonna make
Appreciate you.
Yeah, you're gonna make it your archery skill.
All right. Ooh, I'm
Use
good at
archery.
that.
Yeah.
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
nice.
I didn't think I was gonna have to have the Game Master's Guide open with me right now because
I apologize, but not really.
I mean, there's got to be balance. If there's 00, there's going to be 1.
That's right. Oh
Well,
my god.
Let me open the Game Master Guide and go to the special critical success table for an attack. Do you want to roll a die or you want me to roll the die? Because I can do either one.
Oh no, I want to roll.
Okay, you're gonna roll a d10 then.
Okay. Okay. I was like, where are my d10s? Oh, I have them all out. That's why.
They're all right in front of you.
That's a 7.
A 7. Okay, so you're gonna take your attack.
Okay.
And this thing cannot dodge because a critical success, since it's an opposed roll, I have to get better than a critical success to try to dodge. Not happening. So we're just gonna go ahead and tell you. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay.
But on this particular attack, you're going to be rolling instead of your normal damage. You're going to be rolling 2d6 plus 3.
Oh.
Nice.
Sixes. All right, so 2d6 plus 3, you said? That is 11 altogether.
Cool. So you hit a vital organ of this creature, and the arrow pierces right in, causing 11 damage. Let me write down how much damage or life it's got left, because I don't think it has much.
Did you describe how big or small these things are?
They're relatively small. They're about the size of like a toaster or bread box.
Okay.
Let's see, 11, and then I do okay. Yeah, so you pierce right through one of its vital organs, and a glowing green viscous liquid starts to come out. It sort of kind of rocks and shudders and seems to almost fall, but catches itself before it crashes into the ground. It's sort of weakly hovering, sort of, off the ground as this stuff is coming out of it. But it is definitely not in good state.
Yeah.
This goes now to Codger. Change the name on you, no problem. Codger, you are now you're the second fastest person, so it's your turn.
Oh, that's surprising. I'm kind of heartened by Remy's skillful shot, lucky shot, whatever it was. And also a little angry at these things because, they're not going to be probing anybody else. So I'm going to charge one with my wrench. How far away are they?
These guys are going to be in short range from you. So you just have to make one movement action to get to them. So
I will do that, and I will smack the one he shot with the arrow with my wrench.
Okay. All right. So you're going to make an attack on it. In this case, it would be a fighting skill attack.
I rolled terribly, but I have a lot of luck.
You can, so with the luck special action, right? You can do a luck reroll if you'd like, a lucky per game reroll.
I would like to do that for sure.
Yeah.
So that does not make it a lot better. It does not make it a success, I should say. It does make it a lot better. I am going to totally miss, but I have multi-attack 2, for whatever that means.
You have multi-attack 2 with your fists. With your fists.
Oh, okay, unarmed.
Yeah,
yes,
you can attack with both fists as your.
I definitely do not want to try and punch this thing.
Yeah. No, you're trying to hit it with your wrench.
Yeah.
And you failed on your re-roll.
I did.
Okay, then.
He whiffs.
Well, on top of that, roll a d10 for me.
Ooh. That's a 9.
Okay. All right. So you pull a muscle in your wrist. You will now have disadvantage for the rest of your actions in this particular combat.
Oh, no.
Old man trying to do stuff like that. Oh, yeah, you pulled a muscle. It was a critical failure, like a 0-0-0, causes this kind of stuff to happen. When you do a luck use per game reroll and you fail that, it's the same as a critical failure.
Oh, bummer. Oh, my hip! No matter what hurts, it's always going to be my hip.
Right.
All right, so you moved and you
rain.
attacked. Cool. Al, the veteran. Ted, that's your character.
I guess I'm getting up. Is that,
Yeah, that's basically what you're going to do. You're going to get up. That's your whole turn. Sorry, man. Well, you are now standing. They're short range from you. So we'll take care of that later. Camilla. It's Camilla's turn. Camilla is the 4th fastest in the group.
Yeah, damn straight I am. I will, I guess, grab the... I guess I took the hatchet because everyone else took all the other weapons. And
Yeah,
I will...
So. Well, I think... Yes, that's right. Yeah,
correct. Jacko took the machete, so...
Yeah.
I will say that I took the hatchet. Seeing Codger in dire straits, I will run to try to thwart the enemies that are advancing on him and make a hatchet at them.
You're gonna hatchet them a question?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so this would be a blades skill roll, which I think fortunately you are proficient in.
I am.
Yeah.
And my fighting skill number is 25. So
25.
here comes. That is a 93.
Okay. So yeah, you just whiff this thing that's sort of lowly hovering with this arrow sticking out of it with its weird green blood dripping everywhere. And Jacko, it is your turn.
So I was trying to position myself, obviously, between people.
Yep.
We've had people run up.
Yeah.
Could I move
Mhm.
in kind of like a position where I'll be close to all three of the floating orb thingies,
Mhm.
and be able to take a repose action?
So that's actually a defensive action. So riposte is a thing that you do when you get attacked. So it doesn't take any actions; it's a reaction. So it won't
Okay.
like if you do an action, you're not going to be like, oh, I can't riposte now.
Okay, so I don't need to spend. Okay. In which
Yeah.
case, I'm gonna smack it with my sharp thing. So I am proficient with blades.
Yep.
I have to get lower than a 60. I get a 56.
Okay. Are you trying to hit the one that was floating like barely off the ground, or are you trying to hit one of the other ones?
I'll hit the one that's sort of like that's been injured and is kind of like been.
Yeah, the one that
skewered.
everyone else is trying to hit and is missing horribly.
Yeah. Yep, that one.
All right. Okay. Yep. That's great because it fails to dodge. It tries to move. You can see it sort of like try to move out of the way, and you just go right down on top of it. Go ahead and roll your damage.
All right, so that's 1d8 plus 7.
Mhm.
That is 9 points of damage.
Cool. So as you bring your hatchet down on it, it just cuts it all the way through the rest of the way. The blade touches the front, the tip of the arrow, and it just kind of goes into pieces on the ground. This green liquid everywhere. It is gone.
Aliens.
We crowded in for you there, Sasquatch.
Yeah,
Cool.
no, you wrangled him real good.
All right, now the other two that are still sort of floating and hovering, doing their thing. One takes a blast, and well, I guess it would be the group of you that are all clustered together, since you're all like swinging at the one. Wait, actually, no. Remy is back, right? And Remy's not in that group. Okay, so Remy, you're gonna get it shot at.
Okay.
What'll happen is a blast is gonna come towards you, and you get to take, because it's a range attack. You can make a dodge.
Okay.
Defensive action. That's what you can
Okay.
do.
I'm not going to say that until after I roll, so hold on.
See how it goes.
No, I do not. I'm glad I didn't say it. It really made a difference. I got a 71 and my threshold 67.
Whoa, that's sad. Okay, you feel this bolt of electrical energy hit you. Go ahead and make a resilience special stat roll for me. This is to resist this damage that comes in.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Oops. That I do manage with 1 degree.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you feel it shock you. It definitely hurts, but you can shake it off. You just sort of push it away.
Right.
Everything is fine there. So you roll it off. And then I'm guessing Jacko is going to get hit shot at with the next one. You cannot riposte a blast of electrical energy, unfortunately. So you'll just have to try to dodge it.
All right. My dodge threshold is 32, and I have rolled a 29.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool. And let's see, where's that? Okay, yeah. So it barely got a success, just like super barely. So the two of you got successes, but that means you tied and you win. So you just miss it. Just kind of grazes right off. Sort of, you almost feel the little hairs lift up, as it passes by. But it does not hit you.
Love this armor.
Okay, so now I'm -5 from everyone's initiative, and that means that it'll goes from highest to lowest again. So Remy, you get to go again.
Ow!
To the top. Yeah.
Ow! Ow! And I'm gonna shoot it. The one that shot me.
Right, of course.
Yeah, obviously. Damn, that's an 8. So that's 3, whatever, like amazing success.
Wow. Okay, so it got a 7, which is also an amazing success. But because it was a tie, that means you hit it with the arrow. Go ahead and roll your 2d4. I also probably should have told you that because if you weren't moving, you could have done something like take an aim and got advantage, but you wouldn't have needed it.
That's okay. Maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. That is just straight 2d4, right? No modifiers?
Yeah, no modifiers.
Yeah, so that's 4 damage.
Okay, so the arrow hits it. It's a neat little plink inside of it. It definitely penetrates. You see, though, that when that happens, it penetrates, and then instead of like the green sort of glowing liquid, a different kind of sort of almost like a sap kind of goes over the injury and the arrow, and it kind of starts to cover it over.
No.
Which is not a good sign, but you still have one
No.
more action. You can't attack again because you don't have the multi-attack special ability, but you can do
Right.
something like move or talk to people or try something else.
What is this? Excuse me. What is this? I can't remember and I can't find it. The full dodge thing in my defensive actions.
Yeah. So when you get attacked, you can instead of dodging, you could take a full dodge, which means you would minus
okay.
5. You minus from your initiative.
Yeah,
and
minus
then you
5.
would be able to add
Okay, but
your
still,
strength, half your
but,
strength.
but still a reaction.
It's a reaction, yeah. So the defensive actions are all reactions. You don't actively take those; they happen when things attack you.
Honestly, like this is scary and upsetting. So I think I'm just gonna like dive behind like a desk somewhere and sort of just peek my head around.
Yeah. Diving behind the desk, you create distance between yourself and the aliens, and you are closer to the door.
Great.
And you are taking cover behind a desk,
Small bite of Kit Kat.
which is going to be great because we can maybe cover some cover. Kadra, it is now
You're
your
welcome.
turn. Yeah.
All right, so I start like swinging the wrench around my head. Blasted lousy aliens! Now I'm warmed up. You better watch out. And I move towards the one that has been injured.
Sure. You don't. It's close enough. You don't really have to move. I mean, you do move, but it's not really a move. So I'm not counting it as a move in action. So if you wanted to do something like take aim, I would suggest doing that.
Oh yeah, I will definitely take aim if I can. And
Yeah, that'll negate that disadvantage you have for trying to use your wrists again.
all right, so that is going to give me a 72 instead of a 72. So
Really good. Really
Yeah.
good. Okay.
Yeah.
It's fine.
So
Yeah.
what happens if I use luck again?
If you use the luck again, you could totally do that. If you hit, then stuff happens. If you fail, we'll figure out what happens after that.
You only have so many wrists, so do it.
Right, because I'm first gonna get.
All right, well
Get down,
that,
Granddad.
well then, so and it,
Take it easy.
that's just a straight up reroll, right?
Yeah, it's just reroll.
All right, so that's a 16 to smack it with the wrench.
Okay,
That's it.
that's actually much
Nice.
better.
That's a great success, but not an amazing one.
All right, so it got a pretty decent dodge. Let's see if it. Nope, did not. It got a success, so you totally hit it.
All right,
Yeah, you're gonna roll your 2d4.
all right, it's going to take 6 points of wrench to the face, whatever passes for a face.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So the arrow. Is this the one that had the arrow in it or not?
It is.
Okay, so yeah, you hit it. You definitely kind of make an indent in its strange bug-like armor stuff on its outside. You don't see that same weird sap stuff sort of come out of it, but it as you're close enough now to it, closer than Remy was, the hole that the arrow made is all kind of sealed. And you can tell that.
So does it appear that it's not really getting hurt, or it's just healing right away?
Yeah, it seems like it's healing right after it took that arrow.
But the wrench seemed to work?
The wrench seemed to work, yeah.
Oh, no.
Inject that emphasis, but go on.
Yeah. Alrighty then.
Cool. It is now Owl's turn.
All right. So was there no tables or chairs in this room?
There were desks and chairs and stuff.
All right. Can I beat it with a chair? Because I am not going to waste a bullet on this thing when I only have 4.
Yep. You can definitely pick up a chair in the process of moving toward it, and then you make a fighting skill attack.
But,
With a clubs would be the skill you're looking for.
yeah. Well,
Sure.
I don't
You
have
do
a
Americans and you pro wrestling.
Oh, yeah. What about chair? Do you have the chair skill?
All right. So a luck allows you to reroll. You said.
Correct.
I'm gonna do that. Because
Christ.
I want to be successful here, and
Yeah,
my
for sure.
skill sucks at fighting. Apparently. All right. That's better. 19. That is a degree.
Okay. Let's see for the dodge of the thing. Oh, okay, that's a 50, so that's totally not a dodge. You totally hit. I don't know. For a chair, I guess it would probably be average, so 2d4.
2 die 4.
Yeah.
Son, what are you doing? You got a gun. Shoot these stupid things.
Only got 4 bullets, old man.
There's only 3 of them.
One shot, one kill. That's how it works.
That's it.
One of you are gonna have to share.
So that's going to be 7 damage.
Okay. Was it the same one with the arrow or was it the other one?
Yeah, you know, fight tactically. I've survived quite a lot. I might not remember all the different things, but I remember aliens, and aliens are bad. So let's, you know, take them down one at a time. And you know, so I imagine as I'm bringing this chair two-handed on top, you know, down on top of this thing, like, you alien scum!
No more probing.
You hit the thing. You guys hear the solid, you know, hit from the chair. There does seem to be like cracks in this skin, this thick, sort of bug-like skin stuff, and it actually forces it all the way to the ground. So it's resisting for sure, but it is now like really low instead of like hovering in the air. And that goes to Camilla.
So one of these is already down.
Yeah, one of them is just, you know, completely dead. It's been like severed and, you know, just not moving.
Ew.
Can I pick that one up and try to shoot its weapon at the other ones?
Ooh, clever. You know what? No one's ever tried that before. I will allow it with a Xenotech use skill roll.
Clever girl.
Yes.
All right. All right. Well, that is a 68, but my instinct is 70. And does the plus 10 get added to the instinct?
Yeah. So it gets added to the instinct.
Because I'm trained with it. So
Yep.
that is a success.
Cool. Yeah. So you totally can use this thing. You shoot at the other one, right, or one of them. Which one do you shoot at? The one that has been injured, or the focus fire on the one that everyone else is attacking?
I think I try it on the one that not everybody is right next to.
Makes sense to me. And I'm going to give this, I was going to give it disadvantage because, you know, it's not expecting you to shoot its own friend's, you know, weapon at it. But it got an 87, so it totally doesn't need, it totally doesn't do anything. You hit it. Let's see what happens next. Ooh, okay, yeah. So this is what happens. This electrical bolt comes flying out of the gun as the thing on the side, the little blaster or whatever it is. And you manage to hit the other alien. There's this bolt, an arc of electrical energy in it, and it just drops and it's just shaking on the ground.
That's so cool.
It critically failed its resilience roll. So yeah, it is gonna be out for a bit. Okay.
Stunning attack.
I'd
Yeah.
like to remember who you were, little alien thing.
Jacko, you've got one in front of you with an arrow sticking in it. They've been beating it with a chair and, you know, a wrench.
All right. The one. So just to clarify, we are now. Do we still have any of those backpacks lying around?
You've kind of gathered them up. I mean, you've got them with you, yeah.
All right. I'm gonna take one of these backpacks, and I'm gonna scoop up this little tiny toaster oven twitching on the floor, and I'm gonna use it and basically swing this backpack laden with this alien thing at the one with the arrow in it, and just be like.
Okay, I'll call that a clubs roll, I guess. You guys and your improvised weapons.
Sometimes you gotta beat a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
That's right.
Exactly it. All right. Oh, nice. Okay, so I'm proficient in my clubs.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 15 with my strength of 60, which I think is on the quarter.
Yeah, that's
So is
amazing.
that? I don't know if that's a.
If
that's a.
that's amazing. Yeah, if it's on it, if it hits it, then it counts.
Okay, yeah. Then it's a third degree amazing success.
Right, and this thing, oh wait, has disadvantage because it's our judge. Yeah, totally hits. It got an amazing success too, but again, ties will go to you either way. But it's 95 instead, and so yeah, you totally hit it. So I'm not even having roll damage because, you know, making it up again, because it doesn't have enough. Doesn't matter what you roll, it certainly does not have enough. And you take it out with its friend in a bag.
That's currently not moving.
Yeah. So it goes down. This one just hits the ground, crunches, and there's just like a small pool of the glowy green liquid that starts coming out of it.
Ew.
Does the friend in the bag take any damage?
Yeah, he would. He's already stunned though, so I don't know. I'll give him
You just take the damage. just saying.
Okay, yeah. You probably cracked and crushed him as well. You know, it's fun. Yeah, that's what happens.
What?
I rolled a max roll on a d12 just for fun. I was rolling a d12 and it came out with 12. So
Yes.
I'm just gonna call it as a dead, because it's already unconscious. So yeah, they're all out of the picture.
Were they using?
You are amazing.
Were they using a weapon, or was it more like a biological effect?
It was a bioelectrical weapon, as Camilla can tell you.
Of course, yes. You're just gonna massage this gland right here, and it just.
I mean, cool.
Yuck.
Yeah.
That is definitely gross, Missy. But whatever you did, sure did work.
It did.
Yeah, and you guys can harvest those now that they're all dead. Like, it's really easy to harvest a weapon out of a thing that's already dead. Yeah, basically. The blaster, as it's called, the Xeno blaster, requires either a Xenotech use skill or a firearm skill with disadvantage to use it, but it causes a stunning attack. That's what it does, and that's what the resilience roll comes in.
So I will offer up, whether we want to take these things and jet, or whether we want to just jet. But I mean, obviously, it was very useful.
Look, I've already got the backpack with one of them. I think the Sheila
and it's
should definitely have one of them.
There's
One of these, blasters.
The bag that you're holding, by the way, also has like it's starting to look like there's wet inside. It's starting to look like that. A little bit of drip come out.
We'll call this down moist bag. Anything that's like moist resources, we go throw in there.
So do we make
upset?
You have to make a check to use it every time, or is it? Just
Yeah. So what it is when you go to use it as a weapon, you have to make either the Xenotech use skill roll or a firearms with disadvantage roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well. All right. So I have an instinct of 50. I'm skilled in Xenotech, and then I have a +5 written down. Is the 5 for skilled, or is the skilled?
The 5 is for skilled. Yeah. So you'd be rolling it with a 55.
All right.
Well,
I don't know. I've got. It says I've got +5 to 2 skills, and then I have 4 skills that have a +5 on it. So
Yeah, because your special ability gave you +5 to 2 random skills, but you also had +5s from, your AG veteran.
All right. Oh, okay, got it. All right. Yeah. So I would definitely like to have one of these evil alien things. If nobody else has a problem with that.
No. It's the only way I'll ever do anything in combat, so I would like one.
Well, you already have one, so
Take it.
I have 2 hands. What if one of my wrists goes bad?
You've seen the consequences.
Can you dual wield aliens?
You can literally dual wield anything. You just take disadvantage when you're trying to use them. So
I'll low key also casually look around to see if we can find a wheelchair for Granddad.
there are some chairs in the room, but as you guys are trying to figure out what you want to do, you start hearing a beeping sound from the room you came from, the cell room. It's like an ominous beeping.
It doesn't seem to be coming in intervals, or is it just like
it's coming in intervals, but it's like it seems to be growing louder and louder.
That's never good. We should head for that exit and get out of here.
I agree.
Eat feet, as they say. I don't know who says it, but somebody does.
I do so quickly, but not without making an athletics check. Just
You're just casually. No. So you guys, there's nothing to worry about anymore. There's no enemies. So like you guys can parkour over whatever you want without needing to make a skill roll, because it's not important anymore how long it takes for you to get over these things. I mean, somewhat. There is some importance. But
I know. I was going to say
enough,
the beeping might disagree.
Right. But not enough to be like, oh, if I fail a roll, what happens then? We're not worrying about that. Like even if you fail, if you slip and fall off of a desk, you just get back up and everyone just looks at you and goes, that guy. So you guys are moving toward the door. Rushing through the emergency door, you're abruptly met with a metal staircase dropping the single level to the street below. On that street, you see that it's littered with untold debris, primarily scattered concrete and smashed vehicles. A large fissure in the center of the pathway. There's a large fissure in the center of the only pathway through the debris, creating a chasm that you will need to overcome when you get to it. Beyond the maze of debris in the distance is an open field and a tall, white structure that immediately evokes the feelings of safety and protection inside of you. Dropping down to the road, you can go through that maze. Yeah, that's basically what happens. You already killed the aerodrone, so you don't have to worry about them anymore. There's a whole like overhang you can try to hide behind and stuff like that. You guys go.
How big is this ravine or this gap?
Well, it seems quite large. It feels like you're probably going to have to, do some successful athletic jumping over it or building a bridge or something like that. Foreshadowing.
Yeah, I was going to say, is there like a bus or a car or something?
Oh yeah, there's all kinds of debris on the road up ahead of you, between you and the chasm.
Would it be long enough to makeshift a bridge out of it?
Oh yeah, for sure.
I would suggest this. Yeah, look, I don't know about you, but I've heard terrible things about ivory towers, but that one doesn't look too bad.
Very good.
I reckon if we build a bridge, make it out of some of this, all your shit cars here, throw them into the big hole till it's filled up, and then straight across.
From this vantage point, can we see like how deep the ravine is?
Yeah, you've got an idea. I mean, he's on the right track. You could easily build a bridge across it if you didn't want to try to jump it. You could. It's not so big that you don't think that one of you might be able to jump it pretty well, but like you're pretty sure that like Kadra, you wouldn't make it if you tried.
It's very ageist. Very ageist.
Yes, but Kadra didn't make it out of the room. So,
to be fair, none of us made it out of the room.
Excellent point.
Fair. But yeah, so yeah, building a bridge out of like you could probably topple over some of the still kind of standing concrete, try to make a bridge that way, or legit driving a bus or a terrible car into the space and then walk over the top of it would probably work fine. It's not super deep.
All right, let's make our way down there through this maze of debris, or debris of maze of debris. I don't know. Where's my pants?
I got no problem.
I've only just noticed you're not wearing pants, mate.
Same.
Going down, yeah, exactly. Oh, look at that. Going down to the debris, you guys do get disoriented in all of it because it's like as you get down the street, you're like, oh wow, that was like much taller than I thought it was. It's really hard to sort of get my bearings right now. So, one of you can make a navigation skill roll to make sure you head in the right direction toward where you need to go, or you could all do that as a teamwork thing if you'd like.
Oh yeah, let's do that.
Let's do the
Sounds like a mechanic we should showcase. A thing we should do.
So everyone who wants to participate in this teamwork skill roll is going to make a navigation skill roll. If you're not proficient in it, you can still do it. You just have to roll with disadvantage.
Navigation is instinct.
It's an instinct, instinct skill.
I will not be helping with this roll because I got a 71 and I needed a 65.
Well, so there is. So one thing to note is that if I were running with the optional rule that does exist in the rules, that a failure reacts negatively to the teamwork, then that would be important to note. But I'm not running with that today because it is optional. So
gotcha.
Yay! So because I also failed.
It's one way to make the game slightly harder. Yeah.
No, is this athletics roll part 2?
Yeah, if you're not proficient, you roll with disadvantage.
All right. I do not add to our party's success either. I have a 91.
Ooh. I have 1 degree of success.
Okay, there you go. At least somebody got it.
I have an amazing success.
Oh,
yeah!
All right.
Our team.
God, somebody knows which way to go.
Okay, well there you go. So yeah, whoever was the primary actor, because if it was teamwork, somebody would have had to been the primary actor. Whichever you was.
Probably Cam.
You say it was Cam.
Definitely Cam.
Yeah. You totally, that's enough to, you're like, okay, yeah, guys. Like, the rest of them are like, I don't know where we're going. And you're like,
think it's that way? Oh, yeah.
Literally
and Cam is just like, stop and ask for directions already. Just stop and ask for directions.
I would turn this surviving party around.
Owl, the survivalist, he's not looking as much to, are we going in the right direction? He's looking for advantages or things that, might have been dropped by other survivors. So that's why he's not really
a likely story.
Speaking of that, if you'd like to make a salvage special stat roll for me, you might find something.
I will gladly do so, especially because I put it into my narrative.
Right.
That is going to be a 29, so that is a degree of success.
A degree of success. Okay. 9 and 2. Okay, yeah, you find 10 meters of wire in that process. It's like a roll of wire. That for each, so it's 10 component pieces as it's a CP number, right? For every component piece, every CP you subtract from it, you gain advantage on a crafting or a mechanics skill roll.
Oh, cool.
So you're using the wire essentially to help yourself with whatever it is that you're doing. And that's what you find along the way. The rest of you guys, you get to the chasm. There are a number of cars and buses and random blown out things. It definitely looks like a war zone. And then a bunch of buildings fell on top of it. It's not great. There are a bunch of dead bodies inside all of these vehicles. They are dead, though. They're not, for those of you that may have survived the zombie apocalypse, these are not zombies. They are dead. These are fully dead. It's just decaying.
Small miracles.
So a quick, quick bow of the head and mutterings for the fallen. But definitely, seeing the bodies, he, are they zombies? Okay, no.
Hey,
Jackie will stand next to Al and very similarly as he's saying these words, sort of look very somber, and then a few moments later he'll go, "All right, let's throw them in the hole." And I'm going to start taking the bodies and throwing them in the ravine before we drive the bus.
When you say dead, like how long dead?
Like
You can't
pretty
eat them.
long dead.
Pretty long dead. Oh.
Yeah.
All right. I guess I won't search them for.
Yeah, grossly dead. Like there's
Okay.
moss.
All right.
and
Got it.
Stuff.
you're not gonna want
Like
that.
going into too
candy.
many details for those
No,
that might
I don't want that
Yeah.
candy.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I want to approach Al. So you found some wire. Can I get some of that?
Oh, of course, it's
I'm gonna take time to build a homemade bomb.
Okay.
Hop.
Yeah.
Hop.
Works for me.
Kaboom.
you can have the whole roll, or you can have whatever you need.
So I need 4 component pieces, and I have 3
Mhm.
to build a homemade bomb.
Oh, I will totally give Gramps a piece from my pocket if he's gonna make something that blows up.
Yeah. You just need 4
Happily.
because that's like your thing. You make homemade bombs. Like that's
So-
your
Yes.
specialty.
How much wire do you want there, Kadra?
Let's see. I only need 1 component to make a bomb.
Yeah.
1 more component to make a bomb. So is that a crafting check, or is that just something that happens?
I think in your case, let me double check your character sheet. I think that's just the thing you do.
Okay.
Codger. Homemade bombs. Yeah. No, it's just the thing you do. You do it. It's theoretically something you do in combat as like an action, but it is just something you do. You don't need to make a roll for it.
Okay. So if I were to use that in combat,
Yeah.
What kind of check is that to use?
Well, it does massive damage when you do it. So that's one thing to know. You're gonna 2d6 plus 3 when you do it. But you would either throw it at something with an agility roll to throw it, or you could literally just place it.
Oops.
There's no requirement for placing it. You just put it wherever you're putting it, and then it goes off. The downside is that I think you have to be outside of short range for it. So you have to try to run away after you place it. Otherwise, it goes kaboom in your face, and that's sort of the part of the problem.
Who's
Throwing is your best option on that one.
Who's got the
not
best
run.
agility?
I got a 45.
I have a 70.
Yeah.
Well, kid, I feel I have mixed feelings about this, but
Why?
the shooting you did with that bow was mighty impressive.
What
Hold
if we
on
tied
to
it
this.
to one of my arrows? What if we tie? How big is it?
How big is it?
Fairly small. It's roughly the size of like a football.
Seriously, old man.
That
you're
would be
making
very
a
big on an arrow.
Oh yeah,
What
it'd
was
be
that,
huge
Ted?
on an arrow.
Yeah. Okay.
Turn it into one of those Zorby balls, little whistling.
Yes. Okay. I promise I won't. I'll only use it if we really need it.
All right, wait until the soldier guy tells you what to do with it.
Okay.
Cool. So
And
you guys
you-
are able to sort of push a car / bus into the thing, or like kind of, drive it a little bit, like put it in neutral and that kind of stuff. So you're able to like finagle after a bit and get a bridge to cross, so you can cross to the other side.
Well, while the others are busy, sort of
Mhm.
crafting and searching around, Jackie's going to go over to Camilla and say, look, if we're going to move this this big here Jeep, maybe there's some petrol or some parts that we might be able to take from it. What do you reckon?
I mean, there's usually that kind of stuff. Codger might be better. He seems pretty handy with a wrench.
He seems like he's
Sometimes.
seems like he's doing a bit more delicate work, and I've got hands that are kind of like Venetian sausages.
Never been to Austria.
Oh, well, yep. It's pronounced Australia, but it's all right. Well, why don't you give us a hand? Maybe we could do something together to try and get this this thing going.
Yeah, I'm happy to
I
help.
want to try and siphon some of the petrol.
Don't swallow it.
So that's a salvage.
I just
special
drain
stat
it in
roll.
one gulp.
Oh God.
That would be a salvage special stat roll.
You're now petrol powered.
So you're gonna roll salvage. If Cam is helping you, then you get advantage on it.
I will.
Yay! Yes, thank you.
But to note, in theory, Cam is better at salvaging than you are, so that is a thing to note.
I want him
I know
to
this.
succceed on his own.
Yeah, you want him to make sure that
A
he does
little
a good
bit of
job.
help.
I get it.
I was setting it up because I know, yeah, all right, fine. I'll try this. Yeah. Oh, that's not bad. That's so I've got a thing of 45 on my salvage, and I got a 10.
Oh,
my-
hey.
See?
On my
Yeah, there you go.
Alright. Well, actually, sorry, I did have a question.
Yeah.
So when we roll with advantage on things, right?
Yep.
We have obviously our percentile, and then we have the extra dice. Can we replace any number on that for the dice?
You replace the tens number.
Replace the 10s number. Yeah, so that is 10.
Okay. Wow, that is a lot. Cool. All right, you find 15 liters of petrol that you managed to get out of this vehicle.
Damn.
So your cheeks are just like up like a hamster.
I mean, you didn't really have a container. I'll go ahead and say you had a container for that much. That's basically one jerry can full of gasoline. It's not a full.
Well,
jerry
clearly
can.
there was one on the bus.
Yeah, obviously there was
There
one
you
on the
go.
back of the vehicle.
Yeah.
I'll call it.
Either that or you
I've always got the moist bag. If we
Oh yeah, just putting them.
Oh my God, I forgot
put it
about
in
the moist bag.
yeah.
Actually worked really hard to forget about the moist bag.
All right, yeah,
we
you
can
get,
throw the grenades in the moist bag.
yeah, that's 15 liters of petrol. 15 liters of fuel, as it's listed in the game rules. Which I'm gonna check real fast. Just make sure I give you the right number. So it's 30 component pieces total of stuff if you're writing that down on your character sheet.
Oh,
30
right.
component pieces worth of stuff. Which is totally useful for somebody like Codger who's using it to make homemade bombs, FYI.
Right.
And also for yourself, who's going to use it maybe to burn things as you do. But you guys get to the other side of the this chasm, and you find some stuff you got to sort of climb through. Like there's a bunch of debris. You would climb through it. Everyone just make an agility special stat roll or agility base stat roll for me and tell me how well you do. It's not important if you fail. I just need to know how many.
everybody.
Yeah, everybody. Because you have to climb through this whole thing.
And just before we climb through the bus, whoever's got the matches, I would like to
Yes.
to acquire those before we begin.
Also, for those of you that need to note this, if you're for this agility roll, you're going to add, let's see, everybody but Jacko is going to add 10 to their threshold for agility on this particular roll.
Well, then that pushed me down from down from a great success to an amazing success. Got a 13.
Yeah, right, yeah. Okay. And then Jacko, unfortunately, you have to minus 10 from your roll.
Oh.
Yeah. Or from your threshold.
From my threshold. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Well, that's still okay. Because my threshold is now 50, and I got a 32.
Okay.
So that is a success.
Everyone makes it, right? Or did somebody fail?
No, I failed.
No, of
Ah,
course,
okay.
Conjure failed.
Right. So narratively, everyone seems to get through except Kadru, who has a bit of a hard time pulling and moving through. Even with that plus 10, huh?
Yeah, I rolled a 97.
Oh, there you
Oh
go.
yeah, you did.
Wow.
M dice is hot.
Is there like
as
a
you guys
bonus
come
if
out-
you roll your age?
I think so. Oh, my head.
All right, coming out the other side of the bus, you drop to the street and you find 5 dead aliens laying on the ground. These are aliens of various different kinds. These are not like the floating things that you dealt with earlier. These are alien creatures with like torsos and arms and legs and stuff like that.
Cool.
Come here. There's a dog there. A malnourished, mangy-looking dog stands over one of the bodies, and it dips its nose into the chest cavity of one of these things and begins chewing. As you guys all come out, it looks up at you, and you can see this green, semi-luminescent liquid on its nose and face. It backs up one step and then starts growling.
Anybody?
I'm gonna try and intimidate it.
Okay.
I'll step forward and just let loose just a drawl yell at this creature.
All right, so you're going to roll an intimidation skill roll. However, you have advantage on it because you are a large person.
Sweet. Okay, so that is not great. Can I use a luck roll on this, please?
Yeah, for sure.
'Cause that was 3 9s. That's not useful to me in any way.
No.
Okay, well that's better. Actually, that's great. So that's a flat 2%.
Yes.
Nice.
My intimidate is at 40, so that is an amazing success.
Okay, the dog yelps and runs off, leaving you guys there with the dead alien bodies.
I wanted to give it some of my Kit Kat.
After all we did for that bloody Kit Kat, you're eating it, kid. All right.
Are the aliens wearing clothes?
They are not wearing clothes. They are wearing some sort of weird bio like armor stuff, like the sort of the same kind of chitinous skin things that were on the floating toasters that you guys dealt with earlier.
Just tell me you didn't do that because you wanted to eat them. You don't eat aliens, right?
How hungry am I?
Right now, you haven't taken any hunger damage, so you're just, you ate recently, apparently.
Yeah.
I want to nudge the armor pieces with my toe, and I'll look at Camille. What do you know about these things? Because these aren't little, right? These are bigger.
Yeah, these are bigger. These are like the size of you guys. There are 2 of them that are the size of Jacko, and then there are 3 others that are the size of basically the remaining, like the 3 of the 4 of you.
I rolled a 40, so that's just 1 degree of success on Xenotech.
Yeah, Xenotech use. So what are you trying to find out about that?
Just what do I know about the armor?
Oh, yeah, so the armor is made of, like, this armor stuff is like a chitinous skin armor. It's like another body on top of their body that they wear to, to take damage. It's sort of like the armor that you're wearing. However, this particular stuff, because it is in fact a living thing, it has its own functionalities. Like it can it can sort of heal wounds that it takes, and it also allows them to be stronger when they get shocked, for example. Theory, it should have helped that toaster thing, but it rolled badly. So, but yeah, so essentially it gives them extra body to fight with, and it keeps them alive longer. It's like extra health, essentially.
And is it adaptable to people?
Yeah. You can remove it and put it on yourselves.
Unfortunately, I think it only works on women.
I know something about Xenotech.
Yeah, you can try. You can make a roll and see what happens.
That's interesting.
Well, clearly these creatures are from Venus.
Yep.
So that is a degree of success as well. That's a 40.
Oh, okay, yeah. So, so anyone can wear them, not just women, but they certainly can be extracted. You're not sure how you do that. Probably medicine type thing. It's probably somebody who's good with organs and stuff that have to remove them, because they are living tissue.
Oh, I have medicine.
I have medicine as well.
And
And I used to be an organist at the church.
nice.
I feel like
I don't get it.
I don't know why you think they're only useful for women, but I'm pretty certain we could use that, all of us.
So I have an 80 intelligence,
Oh,
Ow.
smart Grant. That explains.
but
a
I
lot.
tend to roll terribly. But would you like to assist me?
I can assist you. Yeah.
All right. Oh, that's an 11 without the other roll. I'll roll just because.
Yes.
Roll for crit.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
roll it because
Yeah, it's not gonna be. It's just an 11. So it's an amazing success.
Okay. And you're trying to extract all of this stuff, yeah?
Yes.
Let's see how well you do.
We got a repair kit. I get that thing out and I'll go to work.
that's right.
So this would require a medicine kit, and you don't have that.
We do definitely. I'm going to
Repair kit.
repair kit.
I mean, would you need a medicine
Tomato, potato.
Could you like get one of those like gardening trowels and just scrape the
Yeah,
inside?
I mean, honestly, you could make a tool, like a set of tools that would help you give you, but it would give you advantage and stuff. But it don't matter, as you are able to extract 14 armor points from this stuff.
Nice.
Spread that out amongst each other, however you feel.
All on Jacko.
You know I'm gonna get shot when we reach this new place. They're gonna be like, "What the shit is that?"
That's our
Bang! Straight through my head.
that's our plan. Like, well, they're gonna be like, oh my god, what's
You're-
that?
You're our juggernaut.
Look, I think with that, because currently with the 6 pieces of armor that we've got so far, that's 30 armor, plus this one. I think not having taken damage, we should maybe divvy it up between the little kid and maybe granddad,
Oh, I wouldn't
because
mind
they tend
that.
to rush straight at things.
particularly since I now have a bomb in my pocket.
Especially
That
Since someone
50-50,
gave the-
that doesn't go well, which is a generous percentage.
Yeah. Also, do we just put a pin in the fact that we gave a minor explosives? Is that
He said something.
This
but
is
I
the
think it's not-
apocalypse.
Yeah, it is the apocalypse. I said it was a bad idea. Al agreed. Then we proceeded to give it to him. Let's face it, Al had a gun, and we had aliens, and he never even pulled the trigger. So
Got 4 bullets, man. And now I got this thing, and I hold up those.
That's true? That's true. No one talked about Vietnam, so if you want him to pull the trigger, then just.
Also, to be fair, Jacko, if you should have the thing that makes fire, like, the kid's not going to fight you for it. He's terrified of you. So if you want the bomb...
I don't want the bomb. I don't want
All
the
right,
bomb.
all
I
right,
just don't want to be the one. I just don't want to be
Okay.
the one dressed up in highly explosive shrapnel, wielding 15 liters of gasoline with
That's a
a
good point.
freaking miner that has an explosive.
Yeah, that's all. Mm-hmm.
Look, I'm a fireman, not a fireman, if you get my meaning.
Sure.
so there was
Yeah.
14 pieces of armor, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Okay, so is
Seven,
me
7?
and Remy taking 4, and then everyone else is taking 2.
Yeah, so you can only have a maximum of 12 armor total on your person. That's something that I haven't brought up yet
Oh, yeah.
because
Well,
you guys
that's
are
actually
joking
not
about
a
who has what
problem.
armor. So
I imagine I don't have 30
at some
on-
point you will get to 12, and that's how much you can have on you.
Yeah.
Right.
That's the
Okay,
that's
so-
the rule maximum.
All right, so 4 to Kadra, 4 to Remy, and 2 to each of the rest. Is that what I'm
Hold
hearing?
on.
Yeah, I mean, we have 44 altogether, so if we each take 8, Jacko can take 12 and be at the max, which is what we've been joking about anyway, and that'll take care of our 44.
Yep.
So,
I'm down.
quick, what do armor points do?
So armor points are essentially something that takes damage before you do. So when you get attacked, when you actually take some damage, when you fight stuff that isn't like, trying to knock you unconscious with their blasts, when you get hit with the damage, it goes to the armor first. And then that armor degrades, and when it reaches 0, the armor is now useless, and then you start taking damage. But it's essentially like a plate in front of your body that goes ping, 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 and then bullet pierces it, that kind of stuff. So this chitinous armor will essentially crack as it takes damage, and then will sort of break off or flake off. And this is where your crafting skill rolls come in handy in combat. You can use them to repair the armor as it's taking damage. So it's something you can do.
We're really talented. Well, I say that. We'll wait till we roll.
But you haven't tried it yet. You haven't actually tried
right.
it. Yeah. But that's how that works, because it's just stuff. After you get past these, the dead. By the way, the aliens, as you were extracting the armor from them, you also noticed, Kadr, that because you were, medicing around with them, all of these things were, aside from like the bites from the dog chewing through them, it seems like they took like the least amount of hits possible to kill them. They were hit in all of the strategic locations with a sharp object that would have caused them to die, as far as you can tell. So whatever attacked them was an expert and killed them outright relatively quickly with the least amount of effort.
Wow. So just so everyone's clear and they know, whatever killed these things and took them out, they did it pretty easily.
Great.
I mean, that should be good, right?
With a knife.
Yeah. It's after us too.
Oh.
Well, the enemy of my friend's enemies is the ally of us.
Not in this place. Everything hates us.
Ninjas.
It could have very well been
Ninjas in
ninjas.
America.
As far as I'm concerned, in the current state of the world, and I don't know why I remember this, but human, it's what's for dinner.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, let's get to that tower. It looks really
so you guys continue down the road, and it splits. There's another fissure. The fissure, the chasm that you guys saw, it sort of like grows and grows, and eventually it sort of turns, and it becomes parallel to the way that you're going. The road ahead of you rises up while another part of the road goes down, but you can see it goes straight to like a building that's fallen in the path. So really, up is your only option unless you want to try to climb through a fallen building and hopefully get out the other side. But going up leads up toward a bunch of houses, and it looks like it's kind of overgrown a bit with like uncontrolled houseplants. The road is relatively easy with a slight incline due to the fissure, and you continue through an area that looks like it's escaped the devastation that befell the rest of the city. At the crest of the incline, you catch a glimpse of that white tower again, and once again you're filled with the impressions that it's a safe place, but you have no distinct memories of why. Just impressions and peaceful emotions. The road ahead of you quickly becomes a carpet of green grass laced with thick vines that meander up and down houses and then down into the gulf between the two paths. Just as quickly as the grass begins, the path becomes like a jungle of suburban shrubbery that has grown uncontrollably together, obscuring vision and making it difficult to move forward. The air grows thicker and moister, and after a moment, you break through a thicket of little leaf boxwoods and inkberries, and you discover a lush area filled with dozens of bright blue and purple flowers under a canopy of tall Japanese maples. Growing between all of these flowers in the moist air are chanterelles and morel mushrooms.
I search for ninjas.
Go ahead and make a perception skill roll for me to see if you find any ninjas whatsoever or signs of ninjas.
Aren't all checks to find ninjas at disadvantage?
Just automatically.
Well, I'm going to use my... Sorry, go on.
I was going to say, the way that stealth works in this game, it's essentially an opposed roll. So whatever the ninja's stealth degrees of success would be, that's what he's got to match to see them.
If they are indeed there.
If they are indeed there.
I'm absolutely going to use another luck roll here on this one.
Okay.
It's going well.
As I got a 99.
Yes, you did.
That's better. Okay, so that is a 14.
That wasn't worse.
5. So it is a great success.
A great success. You see no signs of ninjas whatsoever. However, you notice that you are extremely confident that there are no ninjas. However, you notice that the blue and purple flowers seem to kind of pulse a little bit, like they're moving.
Flowers
Like again increments, like a heartbeat or something.
No, yeah, kind of, but it's not like uniform amongst them all. They're all seeming to be pulsing a little bit. at different intervals, but consistent with each other, with themselves rather.
Right. Now these things look really pretty. I want to burn them.
That's the thing.
So that's
Any
an
objections?
interesting response to something that's pretty.
Look, I come from a place where things are nasty, you know, plants, animals, all that. But that's weird. That's strange. That's, even by our standards, that's not cool. Look, we got the gas. Maybe even scare off some of the wildlife. Not a terrible idea. But of course, that's resources back there. What do you reckon? Hang on to the can, or set these things on fire.
It's going to take time. It's going to take resources, and it's going to draw attention. Wouldn't it be best to just move on?
One vote, move on. One vote, burn them needlessly. Anyone else?
I mean, it might be worthwhile information to see if they can burn. Think of it like an experiment.
That'd be really cool.
That's true, and knowledge is power. Firepower, that is.
Does any of us know about botany?
I mean, that would just be an academic skill, or yes, academics.
Unless the plants are secretly a
Well,
kaiju.
most of my science is practical, so yeah, I didn't do much of the book learning, before all of this.
I'll get down and take a look. I've done some gardening.
No.
Just imagining him in a little sun hat.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a 96.
Oh, for God's sake, Dave.
Yeah, they're absolutely normal.
They're fine. I don't know why you want to burn these. Look at them.
Dave, go ahead and make for me an immunity special stat roll.
Oh, nice. Well, this doesn't happen to have anything to do with electricity, does it?
No, not at all.
I do.
I'm just half
I have
hoping that this
advantage on
thing
those
goes
rolls,
wrong.
though. Oh,
On
that.
You got decent luck.
I have a 14, and yeah, it's gonna stay a 14.
Oh yeah, you have healthy immunity. Okay, cool. Yeah, no, you're fine.
And that's a great
Oh.
success. These are
Oh, no.
these are fine. Maybe we should pick some for our salad later.
Salads. Wait, I'm a kid. Cow salad's gross.
I'm totally gonna pick one of these and put it behind my ear.
Okay then.
Yep. Look, mate. You get on that salad, but I'm on that keto diet thing, so I'll be good.
All the rest of you, go ahead and make a resilience special stat for me. A resilience? Special stat roll.
Resilience?
Yeah, resilience special stat roll for me.
Okay.
I'll tell you guys what happens after I find out whether you succeed or fail.
You said everybody else, right?
Everyone else.
Okay, perfect.
No, I got a 42 and my resilience is 40.
That is a 17, so that's a great success.
I got a 100.
Oh, Jacko.
I got a 96.
Oh.
All right, so Ted, you're fine. All the rest of you, I mean, this is what you guys see. As Codger picks the flower and tucks it behind his ear and turns around and starts talking to the rest of you, a cloud of just pollen spores kind of come out of all of the rest of the flowers and waft past him and over to the rest of you. Al manages to just kind of close the mouth, cover the face, put, shirt up over it. The rest of you all breathe in and start choking. You all take four health points of damage. So 4 damage to your health points.
So does that go
It
straight to
ignores your armor. It's ignoring your armor entirely. Because they breathed it in.
When this happens, Jacko goes, "Oh no, hold your breath," and he goes,
Yeah, exactly. And Remy follows suit.
Yeah, so that's what happens. And this cloud of spores is just wafting all over the place. Codger, it doesn't seem to be affecting you, but you're gonna have to make another immunity special stat roll for me.
All right,
With advantage, obviously, because you have advantage on that.
Oh, that's a 10.
Okay.
And 10.
Still okay.
Sure.
All right, what do you guys want to do? There's this wafting cloud
Cry.
of spores. And...
Run!
Yeah.
Okay.
So now that I've seen the spores, I'm like, oh, I think I made a mistake, and I throw away the flower from behind my ear.
All right. You throw it away. It's smart. It's a smart move. Okay. So you guys run. You start running.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna make you guys make a roll. You just sort of burst through all the trees, pushing through all of the plants. You come through a whole thick cloud of that stuff as you go beyond. It's like rushing through. There's a clearing and there's just more spores all around you, and just keep running. You make it through just as you run out of breath. You burst out of the trees to the other side, and the grass just seems to almost abruptly stop. It becomes a road again that leads down toward a gas station. But you're clear of all of these spores. Breathe in and cough out whatever was inside of you.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I should have remembered from the poppy field from the Wizard of Oz. It was really clear. Now, my old age. Sometimes I get a little addled. I'm sorry.
I remember that movie.
We live in a world where everything wants to eat us or kill us or both. How about
We're in Australia?
Odd, we just leave it alone? You think?
Hey, there could be some good things still in the world. Have some hope, laddie.
Oh,
Jacko looks back at like the clouds of spores and stuff, looks at his can of like 15 liters of petrol, looks back at the cloud, then looks down at the gas station. He just sighs.
Yep. Right in front of you is a gas station. The road comes down and converges with the other road up ahead at a gas station.
Well,
Showtime.
in front of the gas station is a gas station and convenience store, and in front of the gas area, there's the pumps. There's a makeshift van made of scavenged parts. The hood, doors, and frame and back hatch are all of different colors, and a stack of bumpers has been assembled on the front to make a deflector. On the vehicle's roof are a series of headlamps stolen from other vehicles, and they're wired through the windows, which are open.
we should approach cautiously.
That makes sense.
maybe they have candy inside.
I was going to say, go ahead and make a perception skill roll for me.
Yeah,
for those that
okay.
are looking inside the convenience store.
Perception. I think I'm good at that sort of.
I'm more concerned with the van.
Dan,
Not
yeah,
bad.
smart.
You should look for candy in the van too.
Well, that'll do. 40.
There's always candy in the van.
Yeah.
1
You're
degree
kid-
of success
got
for my
candy.
perception. But literally
One of
all
those
I'm looking. I mean, if I notice something else, great. But I'm looking to see if there's.
Well,
still
what you
candy
see when you
inside.
look through and it's actually written, and I'm not making this up. It's written
Stop
literally in the thing.
Stop
Inside the convenience store, you can see several empty shelves, but on a shelf near the door, you see a single prepackaged pastry.
I'm inside. Y'all can try and grab me, but
All right. So you go inside. Ted.
I have got a 15 out of 55. That's not quite amazing. It's a great success.
You notice that some parts have been removed from the van, specifically something around the battery. I'll get a little bit more in just a moment. What are the rest of you guys doing aside from Remy and Ted, who are doing some stuff?
I'll chase after Remy.
Okay.
I'm kind of looking at the van, but not in the way, Al's looking at it. I'm looking at it like, oh, a machine. And, I want to get that thing going again. So I'm not really paying attention to anything else.
Mm-hmm.
Hence
I'm
my
looking for the thing that's gonna
83.
jump out.
oh dear.
And what about Camilla?
I will sort of circle the van and see if I can pick up any signs that like somebody has been using this. How long ago was it? How long has it been here? That sort of thing.
Yeah. Similar to what Ted's doing, but slightly different. Yeah, so you can tell that this van was used recently. There's like mud that's still kind of wet on it. As you're kind of looking inside, it definitely looks like people have been using it, like multiple people. Roughly 5 people have been sort of using this van for stuff. And I will get back to you 3. Inside the convenience store, you rush in and you find that not only is there, more than you saw. There are a couple of prepackaged pastries, but there are also comic books, sci-fi novels, and tools.
Oh. I mean, once I've got the pastry.
Yeah, each pastry, there's 5 of them. They're each 2 food units.
5?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna grab them all, but I will give them to.
Think of them as different
pass
things,
them
like
out to my friends.
Twinkies, snowballs, things like that. That's what you're finding.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm definitely okay. I'm gonna give the little those awful thin little Debbie brownies that are like bricks. That's for Codger. And because he can put it in his coffee. I don't know what coffee is or if it exists, but that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, yeah, I'll grab the pastries and then head over to the comic books.
Okay.
I'll look for some digestives for Codger.
Yes.
Just that's really obvious. And
That's
I'll
what
also
I find for Codger.
I'll see if I can find bottled water, some jerky if I can. Obviously,
Yeah.
I imagine that there's so whoever's brought the van here may have looted most of this place already. So I'm gonna try and keep a weather eye on the other, besides the entrance that we came in, the other entrances as well.
Sure. So you're looking for bottled water and stuff. Go ahead and make a salvage special stat roll for me, and I'm going to tell you how many of those things you find and then what happens.
Like my worst thing.
Because you're salvaging, you're trying to find stuff.
If you ask real nice, Remy might assist you because he's not terrible at that. But at the moment, he's very into these comic books.
I will enlist Remy's assistance.
Okay.
I'll say,
All right.
I'll tell him some stuff to look out for.
Okay, he'll help you out then.
Yeah, well, that's an 82.
With advantage?
That's with advantage.
That was the good one. Oh God.
Look, I was telling Scott this earlier on. This game is going to be very interesting to me because I always roll high, and this is
That's
just
right,
not happening.
I remember
I'm gonna burn a luck point. So I've
Got
got
a Call of Cthulhu session waiting for you.
I got 2 lucks left. That's all I've got left.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
You know,
All right. So that's not
you
bad.
know,
Okay. So
That's at least
So-
consistency. Dave, regardless of the system.
Just rolls
true.
bad.
all right. So I got a 37 out of the 45, which is
Okay.
a degree of success. So yeah, that's what.
Okay. So you find a bottle of water, as just kind of in the fridge area. You open up the door to get to it, right? The cool air doesn't hit you. It's definitely been off for a while. Oh crap. Sorry, I just got distracted. A little thing popped up in the corner. Apparently we reached our funding goal for the Kickstarter.
Hey!
Congratulations.
Woo! Congrats!
It just popped up in the corner. I was like, oh, I have to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's exciting.
All right, anyway.
So wait. Just because of that, because we hit the goal, is there a plot twist or some awesome event that's gonna happen?
Well, actually, there was about to be an event, and now it's just perfectly timed that we hit the goal. You're opening this thing up. You don't get hit with the cold because the refrigeration unit's been off for a while, but you do find the bottle of water. And as you do, you look up to see what looks to be like a robot spider thing that was sort of gathering stuff. It was sort of gathering it together to take somewhere. Just a bunch of random bits and pieces. Remy, you looked at you moved down the comic book, from looking at it, and you look it's on the comic book. There's the image of this weird spider robot thing. And as you lower it down, there's an image of a weird spider robot thing. The round body and 6 legs coming off of it. We're going to jump to the 3 of you outside. 3 of you outside, you guys are looking at the van, and you suddenly start hearing the sound of something clomping or banging metallic on the pavement. Turning toward the sound, you see a man-like robot thing with its arms sort of full of a bunch of pieces, including a car battery. And it stops and then looks at you. And there's this weird moment where you guys are looking at it and it's looking at you. And then it moves its hands apart and drops everything.
Oh.
That's what the bullets are for, my friend.
And so we enter a combat round with the last 15 minutes.
Oh,
this
boy.
particular thing.
All right, you pile of junk. I'm taking you apart. This is personal.
It's
We
looking
just
at me.
met.
Remy.
We just met him. Got me.
Robot apocalypse side, robot uprising survivor here.
Oh.
Okay. So the robot that the man bot, as it were, with the arms and stuff, pulls up a weapon that it had sort of slung around itself. It just grabs it, slides it up, and takes a single shot at well, I guess Codger, because Codger was like, "This is personal."
Makes sense.
So Codger, you're gonna get shot at,
As you do.
as would be the
As you seem
obvious
to.
case. Let me check. It got a decently roll, and there you go. All right, so it did succeed. It got some successes. You'll roll your dodge roll.
I did. I got no successes. So apparently, when you wave a big wrench over your head like this and kind of spread yourself out, you make a really good target.
Obviously, and so you take. Wow, you take just only 4 damage. It rolled the minimal possible. 4 damage to your armor. Plink, plink. Your armor takes the 4 damage from this one bullet that hits it. Ting. Yeah.
All right.
We gave Codger all the magnetic pieces of armor.
Yeah.
Bullet
And
attracting.
then, Remy, you are the fastest in this particular group over here, and you're also the fastest out of everybody. So what do you want to do now as you just saw this robot? Or you heard a robot outside, sorry, and you have this robot in front of you.
Right. Jacko, is it bomb time?
Let me take a step back real quick. Oh wait, sorry, just real quick. Is the bomb gonna detonate as soon as he throws it, or is there like a fuse that's gonna like take a second?
Well, in theory, it goes off when he throws it,
Okay.
and unless you wanted to have it go off like a little bit after,
I mean, I feel
Okay,
like...
so here's my thought. I'm gonna tell Remy.
because there's also Remy can wait.
Right.
Yes. I'm going to suggest that Remy throw it in the fridge, because what I want to do is I want to grab this thing, throw it in the fridge, and slam it shut with a grenade in the fridge with it. In hopes
I like
of
that.
using the door to kind of shield myself from...
Yeah, right.
It's not one of those like glass convenience store fridges, is it? Like with the glass front on the.
It totally is, but he's sort of hoping that will at least mitigate the damage that.
Yeah.
it takes.
That's
Yeah.
not going to send glass shrapnel at you at all.
Look, if I had to decide between taking glass damage or fire damage while I'm strapped to 15 liters of petrol, right? Again,
That's a good point.
reiterating.
That's a good point. That's a good point. And I maybe heard something outside, but I didn't see the thing outside.
You didn't
right?
see the thing outside. You just
Okay,
heard
fine. So then I'm worried about this thing. Okay, so I will. Yeah, I mean, if I can set the thing to. If I can set the thing to like delayed detonation, then I'll go ahead and toss it in. If I can't, then what I'll do is I'll I don't remember what it's called for this, but I will wait until Jacko has the thing in the fridge to toss the grenade. Whatever makes more sense.
Well, I guess this would be a question about whether or not Codger had set it up to go off immediately upon the thing, or whether it was timed kind of like a grenade.
Codger doesn't really remember.
Of course he doesn't.
I'm gonna roll a die 6.
Okay.
Since Remy has it, call high or low.
No, low.
Low. I rolled a 1. There's a timer.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
that's
Yeah,
fine.
you guys have a timer
Okay.
on it.
Okay,
It's
so
got like a little egg timer too, so it goes...
tick, 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 tick. All right, so I'll set the little egg timer on it and toss it
Okay.
into the fridge.
Make an agility roll. If you succeed, it lands exactly where you want. If not, I get to tell you where it lands.
Oh God! All right, that's a 10, and mine so that's a whatever 3 levels of success.
Yeah, like amazing success for you. You've got a really high agility. I didn't have any fear that you weren't going to land it, but you do.
I mean, I
it
did,
lands-
but thanks.
It drops right in, like it lands like in front of it, and then kind of slides the rest of the way, and it's directly underneath the robot.
Yeah.
And it's on a timer. Codger, you just got shot. What do you want to do?
Can I use like mechanics or crafting or something to look at this thing and figure out, or tech use, and be like, look for weaknesses?
Well, Yeah, in theory, you could, make a sort of like academics is the thing for knowledge. Is all the skills are generally active, so like science and mechanics are like actively doing it. But one thing you do know is that the thing that you would do differently in this case, because you've dealt with robots before, that's what you survived. You can take these guys apart. You don't have to try to hit them. You don't have to try to shoot them. You can just disassemble them.
Well, I have a big wrench, so I want to disassemble.
Okay.
What kind of check is that?
So you're just going to move into him, and you're going to make a mechanics skill roll to disassemble them. This is actually noted with the mechanics skill roll that you can use it as an offensive action against robots. So,
Nice.
So that is a 79.
uh-huh.
I have an 80, and I'm trying to decide whether I want to use a luck point. You know what? I'm going to use a luck point and see if I can't do better.
Okay. I'll allow it this time.
Okay.
You be careful about that luck use.
Well, I got a bunch of points. I might as well use them, is what I'm thinking. It brings it down to a 59, which is still just a success.
Okay. Not expecting to be disassembled, the robot rolls a 66 on its dodge. So because it had disadvantage. So you go ahead and take off. You had just a regular success?
Just a regular success, yes.
Cool. You managed to take off. That would be 3 component pieces off of it as you take it apart.
Oh, nice.
It would be 1d4, but as I said in the beginning, I'm just going to give you hard numbers rather than make you roll for it. Speed things along. So you take off 3 component pieces as you go to take this thing apart.
There you go.
They're now.
Suck it, laser lips.
The other side of that is that you now have them.
Ooh.
Okay. Al.
All right, I'm gonna
Al gets to do stuff.
I'm gonna shoot.
Okay, shoot at this thing.
As a 42, so 1 success or 1 degree.
Okay. All right. So that is a success as well. So Ty, you win. So therefore, you do damage to it.
Nice.
1 die 6. Ooh, that's a 5, so 8 damage.
Okay. All right. Let me make sure I write all
I
this
got
down.
3 more with your name on it. Robot scum.
Johnny 5.
No, this is
Oh wow! Yeah, that shot did a significant amount of damage to it. Like it bounced off of something inside, and it's sort of arcing electricity kind of all over the place. Not enough to be dangerous to Kadri, just that like something is definitely damaged inside of it. Something pretty severe. It seems to be having like a grinding and sort of a whirring sound. And now, the thing inside of the fridge area. It moves and starts to try to come toward the door. It is slightly larger than the door, however, and so it starts to have trouble as it's trying to get through. Cam, what do you want to do?
Well, I can't see the door stuff.
You don't see any of that stuff going inside. That bot got to go before you.
Oh, that's
so
it.
That's it.
Yeah.
So that's what it was trying to do.
Whatever, kill it with
And
fire.
then I'm
You
jumping
guys
back
figure it
outside.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will go up to our not so friend robot and scoop up the battery that he dropped. Just like, thanks, and then take it and go try to get that going in the car.
So you're gonna move, and then you're moving again. That's fine.
Yeah.
I'll allow it. Okay, that's cool with me. Jacko, the robot inside of the fridge thing is trying to get out.
Oh, so it's inside the fridge?
It's trying to get out of it, yeah, but it's a little too big, so it's having to like maneuver around, and I'm giving you the opportunity to do something if you'd want, as it's trying to get out through the door.
All right, so to clarify, it's in the fridge.
Yep.
The grenade's in the fridge.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna grab the top of the fridge, and I'm gonna pull it over so that the door is now on the floor.
Oh, sorry. To be clear, it was one of those fridge areas, so it's like it's not like a unit. It's like the door.
Oh,
and there's a fridge area inside.
Yeah.
But he's a giant.
In Australia, apart from the people,
the whole building.
Yeah. No, I realized that. Like as soon as you were saying that, I'm like, oh yeah, that's totally how it is in places that I've lived in before that are not America. Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, my bad. Okay, so it's
no, it's
like,
clear. It's fine. It was my bad.
No, that's fine. Is there like a rack of like stuff like chips and stuff behind me?
Yeah. Just like mostly empty, but it is definitely a rack.
Cool. I will definitely swing that around and just sort of wedge it so that the door can't open against it. And I'll yell to Remy, "Get down!" And
All right.
yeah, that's what. And then I'll try to dive, over Remy.
And as you do that, they're not gonna make a roll. As you do that, the bomb goes off.
Yeah.
There's shrapnel of glass all over the place.
Ooh.
The rack that you put in front of the door, it goes flying towards you. And that's when a second explosion goes off that was bigger than the first.
Oh, shit.
An even bigger explosion. Both of you make a resilience special stat roll for me.
All right. Do I give advantage to Remy? If
yes, actually, that's a good point. Yes, Remy, you'll have advantage.
Oh, good. Resilience, you said?
Yes, resilience.
Ooh, thank you for that advantage. Did you say 87? Oh, Jacko.
That's all right. I'm gonna use my advantage, which puts me on no more advantages, I believe.
You mean your luck reroll?
Oh, no more luck. Yeah, no more luck. That's it. This is it. 63 out of 60. I still fail. Which is now a critical fail because I used luck to do it.
You saved me though. I got 2 degrees of success underneath you down there.
Got it. All right.
All right. Whoever snorted.
So all of this debris. However, let's see, where is it? Yeah, only 7 of it hits you, Remy.
Okay. And this is or is not bypassing our armor?
This is not bypassing the armor. This would hit the armor first. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Yep. So that's what happens. I'm sure both of you are still alive because I think that basically just ruined Jacko's armor.
Yeah.
So Jacko's armor just gets burned off. Oh. But you have 15 liters of gasoline on your bag.
I do have 15 liters of gasoline.
All right, I'm going to roll again. And you take 15 damage from that going on fire and hitting you.
Both of us?
Yes. No, just Jacko because it's on Jacko's back.
Jacko.
All right, that's 21 hit points worth of damage done so far. I'm still okay.
That's what happens to you. Outside, you guys that are outside of this, an explosion. There's an explosion inside the store. And then an even bigger explosion that busts out all of the glass that was still remaining in this place. And then there's another third smaller explosion that goes off.
I think after the first 2 explosions, we're like waiting for the third one.
Is Jacko okay? Nope. Okay.
Sounds like they're doing great.
Yep. Yeah. And so this is what happens.
You got the robot.
You took out the robot. A large piece of the building collapses. And who has the best luck out of the 3 of you that are outside? Camilla,
outside.
Al, and Kadra.
I have a 60.
I have a 50.
God.
Yeah, my luck is a 60 as well.
Okay, so one of you with the 60 make a luck special stat roll for me.
Go ahead, Ted.
God, or luck base stat for it.
Because while my character has a decent amount of luck, I do not.
That's right.
Well, you chose well, Dave. That is an amazing success.
Yeah.
I have rolled so many 15s tonight, it's ridiculous.
The piece of building falls directly on the robot that you guys were dealing with and crushes it underneath.
Yeah, it's just me and Remy carrying this group.
You're welcome.
The smoke and dust clear, and you guys find that the robot you were just dealing with, all of the robots are gone. There's nothing really left of them. And you two that are inside managed to get up and brush yourselves off. Remy's better off than Jacko is for sure. Jacko, with that extra explosion, you still have some health, right? You're not like dead or anything in a time.
Oh yeah, no. I've still got like 13 hit points on top.
Okay, yeah, so you're fine.
It's above.
Basically, I'm right now. I'm just imagining Jacko with like assless chaps that have been made out of the fire. It's just there. You can just see, he's like, Are you okay, Jacko? Yeah, I think I'm fine. Turns around.
I would have been dead like 3 times over.
No shit.
Yeah, I got 34. I got 34 hit points because I've got because of how big I am.
Yeah, there are ways to build, ridiculous hit point characters.
I love it.
So you guys are able to, repair the van if you wanted to use it, because I assume that's what Camilla was intending with taking the battery. Is that correct?
Yeah, I imagine that we fix the van, we take the robot pieces because Codger's going to build whatever he can out of them.
Yeah.
Ransack whatever we might be able to after we get our comrades out of the gas station and try to get moving.
Absolutely. So you guys head toward the White Tower, or do you go somewhere else?
Oh, White Tower for sure.
Okay, good. I was hoping that the hints made sense. So you make your way as fast as possible out of the city, heading toward the safety of the White Tower. As you get closer, you begin to realize that it's not a traditional structure made out of brick or concrete. Instead, as you get very close to the tower, you realize that it's a kind of obelisk made entirely out of one material, without any windows or doors. And with horror, you realize it is made of the same material that matches the inside of the room where you woke earlier. As you roll up on this thing, do you guys get out of the van or you stay in the van? What do you do?
We still feel like memories of safety, though, even
right
after
now
we
you're not
noticed
really
this?
feeling those feelings.
That's
But
good.
you're like, wait, hold up.
Are we still in the room? Are we being probed right now?
Oh, God.
I'll pinch myself.
Yeah, you're definitely awake.
Okay.
I will get out of the van.
Okay, as you get out of the van, a seam suddenly appears in the white obelisk, and a door opens inward. A tall alien creature wearing a large helmet made out of the same chitinous armor that you've been experiencing so far, and also the fur of a Bengal tiger draped regally over its left shoulder, steps out of the tower. Your
Can't
feelings.
just run over that. What?
Yeah, I know, right? Wait. So I love how it was built too. It was such a subtle ad. It's like, behold, there's an alien. He's very spooky and very scientific, and he's also a pimp, as he's got this ball tiger skin, gold rings, gold teeth.
It's just a pure salvage luck build on the character.
Right.
not just like exotic animal skins.
He's so lucky. He's so lucky there's no PETA anymore.
I'm terrified. This guy looks fly as hell.
Right?
You have that idea in your head, and just as you see him, you have those feelings again of comfort and safety, and you realize that your feelings were not about the tower, but about this person instead. He has a green visor over his eyes, and he turns it to each of you, specifically to you, Ted, because you're the one that got out of the van. And you hear in your mind a voice that says, "Congratulations. It appears that the test was successful. After so many failed attempts to infiltrate the human mind, we finally discovered capable hosts. It seems that you've acclimated well to these new bodies of yours. You should be proud of your accomplishments, as you've brought us one step closer to dominating this world. In this body, you will long survive the maximum apocalypse."
Codger won't.
Yeah. We were the bad guys all along.
This adventure, by the way, I didn't want to tell you guys the name up front because it might have given it away. It is called Body Snatchers.
Yes.
Well, I
That's so
did
cool.
say human was on the menu, right? Didn't I?
That's right. That's right.
Oh, that was a great ending. I want to thank everyone for playing and Scott, thank you for running. And if you're watching, go check out the Kickstarter. Download the quick start rules. There's like links in the bottom. You also will find where to find everyone here. And if folks want to just go around and say who you are real quick and tell people where they can find you, Casey.
Yeah, I am Casey, as Dave just mentioned. You can find me on Twitch. I am part of a group called Roll It Slant, so Twitch TV/Roll It Slant, and we stream Mondays and Thursdays with some D&D 5e, and you can also find me on Twitter. There's probably a link somewhere in all of this jazz. So that's where you can find me.
All the links. Go ahead, Eugenio.
Hi, everybody. I'm Eugenio. Also, you may know me as DM Jazzy Hands. You can find me on Twitter at DM Jazzy Hands. Primarily, I'm the dungeon master and producer of an actual play D&D podcast called The Last Refuge. You can check us out on Twitter at DND Last Refuge. We release new episodes every Wednesday, and we have a good time. You should check us out. I also do stream video games, mostly Dragon Age Origins these days, on my own Twitch channel, twitch.tv/DM Jazzy Hands, and I am in the midst of a fundraiser for the Bail Project as part of Team Cypher, Cypher's Nat 20's Tanya DePass's incredible team that's raised several $100,000. I have not. I'm not quite that accomplished yet, but yeah, we're doing that. A bunch of us on the team, just sort of raising funds for that organization. So you can check me out Thursday and Friday afternoons at 2 p.m. Eastern. I usually go live, and then sporadically other than that. But follow me on Twitch and Twitter, and you'll get all the notifications.
Hey man, if you're in the Super Bowl and you win, I think even if you're the water boy, like you get a ring.
We get a ring, right?
You're in there, man. You were in there.
Yeah, it was pretty exciting that day, that first day, man. Woo.
Awesome, congratulations, and Michael.
Thanks.
G'day guys, my name's Michael and I am the DeadAussieGamer. You can find me pretty much anywhere you type in DeadAussieGamer. I've got a YouTube channel. I do shows on Twitch. I mostly do performance work as a professional role player and game master on a whole bunch of other channels. So you can find me on D&D's official channel. You can find me on How to Be a Great GM. Now you can find me on Nerdarchy and a whole bunch of other places as well. I'm about to launch the season 2 of my new D&D 5th edition series called Minion Quest on Saturdays, which I think is really bad timing for Americans, but all of those will be uploaded to my YouTube channel. But if you can come, we're doing a special thing for our very first episode, which we do for Minion Quest, and that is our live audience on Twitch decides our major villain for the season's campaign. So if you're interested and you're up at I think it's it's 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. GMT plus 8, which I think is 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. something for the guys in the US. If you feel like being up for that first one, at the very least, you'll maybe get to make the big bad for my game. So yeah, come check that out.
Yeah, Insomniacs, get in there. And Scott, take us out.
Yeah, so I'm Scott Uhls. I'm the writer of this game, Maximum Apocalypse. I do have a YouTube channel that's got 30 followers, and it's 90% Maximum Apocalypse games and 2 Call of Cthulhu, because Call of Cthulhu is a thing that I run mostly at conventions for the Cult of Chaos. So other than that, there's a Discord server for Maximum Apocalypse, and it's, you can find it going to discord.me/MARPG. You'll find me there. You find other people who have played this game, and so you could chat with people about how it works. That's the best place to find me.
And now the game is definitely being made. So
and now it's being made. We are over $10,000 as of right now.
So it's fun, dude. You gotta get your own copy. I've now played, I think, 3 sessions, if I remember correct, Scott. It's a lot of fun, and it's pretty easy to get into and do. So definitely recommend checking it out.
Yep. And me and Ted, you know where to find us. So thank you everyone for hanging out, and thanks for playing, and thanks for running. But until next time, stay nerdy.
Stay nerdy.